Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on July the 1st, 2020. Britain's house prices marks the first annual drop. According to the Nationwide, one of the largest financial institutions in the UK, in June, British house prices declined year-to-year for the first time since 2012, as the country struggled to recover from the coronavirus crisis. Nationwide's measure of house prices decreased by 0.1% compared with June of last year, while in monthly terms prices fell by 1.4%, slightly rebounding from May's 1.7% drop, which was the biggest more than 11 years. Despite the Britain's government eased restrictions on the housing market in mid-May, the data from the central bank show the lowest number of mortgage approvals during that month. Robert Gardner, Nationwide's chief economist, believes that a further easing may lead to some reactivation on this market, but the medium-term outlook remains highly uncertain. Chinese Caixin PMI hit a new high. While data from the National Bureau of Statistics show that China's official manufacturing PMI rose to a 3-month high in June, a private benchmark of country's manufacturing activity, Caixin, climbed to a 6-month peak last month due to pickup in domestic demand. The Caixin China Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, which is measuring activity of small private manufacturers, surged to 51.2 in June from 50.7 in May, Caixin Media Co. and research firm Market reported on Wednesday. The improvement indicates the stronger domestic demand predominantly boosted sales, while the new export orders continued to fall. Caixin Media added that employment rate also remained on a downward trend. U.S. senators will review pharmaceutical reliance. U.S. senators, both from Republican and Democratic parties, called for a government analysis of foreign influence in the U.S. pharmaceutical supply chain, saying the coronavirus pandemic has exposed an over-reliance on China and other countries for the production of essential drugs. Republican Senator Marco Rubio and Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren plan to introduce the U.S. Pharmaceutical Supply Chain Review Act, which would require the government to study the effects of relying on foreign companies and foreign investment for the production of pharmaceuticals for the U.S. market and provide a report within 1 year. While China is one of the main countries that invest in U.S. drug companies, the senators are also interested in getting a view of all foreign investment in American pharmaceutical industry. J Sainsbury shows strong rise in retail sales. J Sainsbury plc, the second-largest chain of supermarkets in the United Kingdom, reported on Wednesday that its total retail sales, excluding fuel, rose in the first quarter, boosted by strong growth in e-commerce and in grocery and general merchandise segments. The British grocer's total retail sales, excluding fuel, jumped 8.5% in the last 3 months, compared with a 1.2% decline in the previous year. Meantime, the company's grocery division surged 11%, and sales at the general merchandise business jumped 7.2%, while the clothing segment saw a 27% decline. Overall, online sales more than doubled during this quarter.